Good morning, everyone. Hare Krishna. So I was asked to tell something about Guru Maharaj, about His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And I thought that the easiest way to do it, the easiest way to tell something about Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj and about his personality and so on, it is to analyze his instructions, because spiritual master's mercy is in instructions mainly, and it is not so much important where we are. We can stay at the same country where spiritual master is, or in the same room. But anyway, spiritual instructions are always as much powerful as you are determined to follow these instructions. The power of these instructions doesn't depend on are you nearby your spiritual master or not. Moreover, now we have 1 year after his departure from this world, from material world, and now our connection with spiritual master goes through our following to his instructions. So I have this book, and this book is called Prashnotara Goshthe. Prashnotara Goshthe, and you can order a copy of this book on Amazon.in. Amazon.in. You can order. Let me advertise this book. Prashnotara Goshthe, and we will cover some instructions from this book. In this book, devotees, they are asking questions to spiritual master, and he gives answers. And I will be trying to... Oh, yes, we have. Gauranga Mehra is writing. We have. Oh, we are very lucky to have this book. This book is not big. It is not big. But a lot of wisdom is here. A lot of wisdom. It is not big, but a lot of wisdom is here in this book. So first of all, let's speak about our books. If I'm showing you the book, let's tell about the role of the books. The role of Srila Prabhupada's books. And here, in this book, Prashnotara Goshthe, someone is asking Guru Maharaj, these days Prabhupada books are read less and his lectures are also being heard less. So how can we continue centering our attention on Srila Prabhupada? As we probably know, we have this ISKCON disciple course, right? Before we take initiation, we have to take ISKCON disciple course. And in this ISKCON disciple course, in lesson number 3, they explain you that Srila Prabhupada is the most important person in International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It means it is not that there was such spiritual master in the past for some people who were living in 60s, in 70s, and now we have other spiritual masters. Of course, we have other spiritual masters, but we have the same ISKCON. And if someone thinks that Srila Prabhupada, it is just history of ISKCON, it is not history, because again, we can have this connection with Srila Prabhupada through his instructions. And these instructions are given in his books. And these books are written for next 10,000 years, right? 10,000 years. It is for everyone. Like, for example, I remember one devotee, one Srila Prabhupada's disciple, he was sitting in a courtyard of Mayapur temple, and likely you know this place. There are benches there, and there is this shop where you can buy some bakery offered to Krishna. And it was Ekadashi day, and one Srila Prabhupada's disciple was sitting on this bench, and he saw that one devotee went to bakery, he bought some pizza, Mayapur pizza, welcome to Mayapur. He bought pizza, and he decided to take this pizza, to eat this pizza, and this Srila Prabhupada's disciple, he told, Now we have Srila Prabhupada's appearance day. This is day, it is next to Janmashtami. Now we have Srila Prabhupada's appearance day, and we are fasting till 12. We are fasting till noon. We're not taking anything. And even after this fasting, during this day, during Srila Prabhupada's appearance day, we're not going to take beans and grains. Why you are buying this pizza? And this devotee, he told to Srila Prabhupada's disciple, Srila Prabhupada is your spiritual master only. He is not my spiritual master. I have another one. I don't have to fast. But Srila Prabhupada is everyone's spiritual master. He is everyone's Shiksha Guru, not Diksha Guru. We're not Ritvikvadi. We're not Ritvikvadi. We're not this ISKCON revival, so-called ISKCON revival movement. We're not from this movement. We're from better movement, from ISKCON, which doesn't need any revival, actually. And so he is Shiksha Guru for everyone. And these books written by Srila Prabhupada is also for everyone. And before being initiated, now everyone takes ISKCON disciple course, where our teachers, they explain you that Srila Prabhupada is very important person in this ISKCON movement, at least because he founded this movement. He is founder Acharya. So the question is, what to do if devotees, they become not so much concerned about instructions of Srila Prabhupada. And Guru Maharaja's answer here is like this. It goes like this. It is good that books by other devotees are being read. However, we should first study Srila Prabhupada's books. Not that we disregard the other books, but our endeavor should be to study Prabhupada's books. Often we think that we need some elevated message, and we think that there are no pastimes in Srila Prabhupada's books. First, you must study the fundamental teachings. If we take an examination on the Bhagavad Gita now, only the few devotees would be able to pass it. If you read repeatedly, you will be able to understand. Read other books as well, but read Srila Prabhupada's books the most and learn from them. Learn from them. And also, we have this MP3 player with Srila Prabhupada's lectures. Maybe you have seen this MP3 player in our shops in Mayapur, in Vrindavan, in other temples. And here on the box you can read this Guru Maharaja's statement, Srila Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaja's statement, that I want all my disciples that 99% of what they are listening to, it should be Srila Prabhupada's classes, and 1% should be my classes. Likely you have seen this quote on the box of this MP3 player, which is being sold in our ISKCON shops. So we have to grasp fundamental teachings. Means this education, it goes in systematical way. And for that we have different programs like Bhakta program, Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, and it is quite important to study Srila Prabhupada's books in systematical way. So welcome to Vrindavan Institute and welcome to Mayapur Institute. Please study these books. These books are very good and very important for our spiritual life. But at the same time, in Katha Upanishad and in Mundaka Upanishad, we can find a statement that Supreme Personality of Godhead will be revealed to such person who will be chosen by Krishna, will be chosen by Supreme Personality of Godhead. It depends on Supreme Personality of Godhead only. Mainly, it depends on Krishna, because if Krishna doesn't want to reveal yourself to you, he will not reveal. And this scholarship and a lot of knowledge a lot of Shastric knowledge will not help you. It is written here in this statement of Katha Upanishad or Mundaka Upanishad. Scholarship itself, or this quality of a person to be knowledgeable, doesn't help by itself. But it doesn't mean that knowledge is not required. Knowledge is required. If someone is less intelligent, if someone is not so much able to grasp knowledge, anyway, Krishna's mercy is there. But if this ability to memorize something, to analyze something, if these abilities are here, better to use these abilities in order to develop our intelligence in Krishna consciousness. And then Tesham Satata Yuktanam, Bhajatam Pritipurvakam, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam, Yena Mamu Payensite. We're trying to serve Krishna with love, with devotion, and he reciprocates, Krishna reciprocates. He gives more and more intelligence for us to understand him. So it works through the process of Bhakti Yoga. It doesn't work as a process of scholarship itself. Like, for example, I decide to sit and to read these books by myself. That's why it is also important to go through our systematical educational programs, because we can study these books in association of devotees, with devotees. And in such way, this educational process becomes not just educational process, but it also sadhu sangha and nama kirtan and bhagavat shravan and so on. And in such way, we can satisfy Krishna more. And if Krishna is satisfied, then he will be revealing himself to ourselves. It works like this. So one of the first instructions given by spiritual master is such that he tells us, please pay attention to founder Acharya, to Srila Prabhupada. He is the most important person here. Because it is very typical in material world when one becomes charismatic, when one becomes famous, he is trying to concentrate the attention of his followers just on himself. But humility of spiritual master is such, of every spiritual master, ISKCON spiritual master, is such that first of all they teach us to be concentrated on Srila Prabhupada's instructions. They are acting like Srila Prabhupada's servants and Srila Prabhupada's representatives. And then we are going to the next instruction of spiritual master, which is about chanting of holy names. And the question goes like this: how to become disciplined while chanting? And the answer is going on like this: we need determination. Determination is essential everywhere in life. If we want to succeed, we study in our school life, which is essential so that we could get admission into a good college. In order to succeed at work or in business, we need to be determined. Similarly, Rupa Goswami confirms that in order to succeed spiritually, we need to be determined. One needs to be determined that I will chant every day. There is a saying in English, practice makes a man perfect. The more we practice chanting, the more we will become determined. It is unfortunate that in today's society, we don't understand how important time is. Otherwise, we won't be wasting even 1 minute. So this quality of determination is very important. And we can see by spiritual master example that he also was very much determined in different areas of Vaishnava life. His determination, we can remember his determination in preaching activities, in traveling to different countries to preach, to save conditioned souls, his determination to construct new temples, his determination to act as a pujari every day, inspiring all of us and showing us this good example of good sadhana, of waking up early in the morning. This determination to help devotees when they are approaching, when they are going they are visiting spiritual master, he is always ready to pay some attention and to dedicate some of his precious time to answer on the questions. And it is everywhere. Determination to resolve conflicts between our leaders. Because if project is big, then ego is also should be big in order to manage this big project. But the question is this big ego, is pure or contaminated? So the role of spiritual master is to purify our existence, is to help us to purify our intelligence, our ego, just by giving his example and by giving his instructions. And so these conflicts are not between juniors only. It is material world, and it is not that everyone is liberated person. It is not that everyone is free from influence of three modes of material nature. So different clashes, different anxieties, they are happening time to time on different levels of our society. Just let's try not to idealize our society, because we are people and everyone has his shortcomings, and we have to forgive everyone, to forgive juniors, to forgive those who are on equal level, and even to forgive seniors if they disturb us sometimes, some of them. But mainly, what I want to say, but mainly we should be respectful to everyone. Anyway, because we have they have shortcomings, but we also have shortcomings. And which shortcomings we should rectify? First of all, our shortcomings we should rectify. It is the most important, because it is much more easier to influence on ourselves than to others. And if we think that we can act to others from the role of his parents, his father, his mother, as if they were small children, it is not possible, because adult men, adult women, they have ego of adult people, and they will not listen to you as if you are father or mother. But if you are a spiritual master, then they will be following, because it is the situation when devotee he decides voluntarily to accept someone's authority. He accepts or she accepts authority of his spiritual master and some of his counselors. But it doesn't mean that obviously my authority will be accepted. It is not guaranteed. So it is the issues of Vaishnava etiquette, but it is not our today's topic. So determination is very important, and we can see from many mundane example in our life, in our contemporary society, that different people who are successful in material life, they are also determined. They are also determined to make deals. For example, like Donald Trump, he was always eager, always determined to make different deals. And good musicians, they are always determined to play piano or to play their musical instruments. So this determination is important. And also, if we are speaking about success in material life, guna karma is important. Because if we deserve success, material success in our life, if we have something on our karmic bank account, then we can expect that we will get something. If we don't have, then it is not guaranteed that someone will become a rich man. We have these books on Amazon.in and in many bookshops, that these books, How to Become Rich in 15 Minutes, and different other books, How to Become Rich in 15 Minutes, How to Become Famous in 15 Minutes. But our knowledge, Vedic knowledge, tells us that our ability to become rich in this life or to become famous in this life, mainly it depends on our activities in previous lives. And these books, especially when it is written that how to become in 15 minutes, how to achieve success in 15 minutes, of course it is cheating. It is cheating. Mainly it depends on our past activities, and it depends on our determination that we manifest now. But if to speak about spiritual life, even past activities are not required. Once Srila Prabhupada was asked, if you are a saintly person, can you do some magic? Can you do some magic? And Srila Prabhupada, he answered, my magic is such that I converted hippies to happies. That I converted people who are not qualified for spiritual life to those who are qualified. So if we are speaking about success in spiritual life, mainly it depends on mercy that we get. But in order to get mercy, we should be determined, because otherwise this mercy will not be given, or we will get less mercy that we could get if we would be determined. So this magic transformation from hippies to happies, or from different inhabitants of Mlechcha Desh, Yavana Desh, and these people, they become converted to first-class men, to Brahminical people. It is the magic of bhakti process. We just chant holy names and these qualities are changed. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And different people, they pronounce these holy names in different ways. Russian people, they pronounce in one way, Indian people in another, Bengali people in third way, and Chinese people, they are also pronouncing in their specific way. But Krishna, he understands what we mean when we pronounce Hare Krishna. When we pronounce, he understands. So even if we have some issues with our phonetics, with our pronunciation, anyway it is accepted if sincerity is here, and especially if we are initiated to, if we have got this Harinam Diksha from bona fide spiritual master. So determination is important, and Srila Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Instruction, he says, Utsaha Nishchaya Daryat. He says about qualities that are important for spiritual life. Utsaha means enthusiasm, and Nishchaya means determination, and Daryat means tolerance. All these qualities are important, otherwise it will be difficult. Everything starts from enthusiasm. And we can meditate on spiritual master as a, as an embodiment of enthusiasm. We can see how inspired spiritual master is. And it is the role of a spiritual master to be enthused and to inspire others, and it's important. If one doesn't have any enthusiasm, he will not do anything. Even to wake up early in the morning, even to get up from bed, it requires enthusiasm. Otherwise, if there is no enthusiasm, people will be remaining lying on their beds and taking rest for many, many hours, till, let's say, till 1 p.m., for example, till 1 p.m. Sunday comes and the person, he says, let me take rest as much as I can. I will be lying down on my bed as long as I want. And he is lying or she is lying till 1 p.m., for example, or 2 p.m. Why? Because I have a right. I worked hard during this week, and now I will be taking my rest. It is my right. Yes, it is your right. But what about Ayurvedic prescriptions? If you sleep too much, it will be harmful for your health. In a long-term perspective, it will be harmful for health if to sleep too much. And Krishna, he is saying in Bhagavad Gita that one cannot become yogi if he sleeps too little or too much. So it is the whole art of life, how to balance, how to sleep, to eat, to take rest and to work, not too much and not too little. Because otherwise it will be it will be difficult to be yogi, to be bhakti yogi. So in material world, there is such idea that saintly people are those people who are doing some magic, or people who are giving different benedictions, different blessings for free. For free. I have headache. Please bless me to get rid from headache. My head hurts. My teeth hurts. My knee hurts. Please bless me to become free from these diseases. Someone thinks that the role of a saintly person is like this, to give different cheap blessings and to show some cheap magic. But the role of saintly person is to manifest these qualities. Utsaha nishchaya daryat. And by following his example, we can also become inspired and become determined. And we are going to the next instruction. And the next instruction is about Vaishnava Seva, about our attitude to devotees. So devotee, he is asking spiritual master, you said that we must serve devotees in order to serve the Lord. How can we serve devotees? You come here only once a year. You come here only once a year. To whom we will be serving when you are not here? And moreover, now we have 1 year after his departure from material world. So this question is very important, to whom we should serve, what to do. I have no one to serve here, what to do. And the answer on this question is in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Shushrusho Shradadhanasya Vasudeva Katha Ruchich Sen Mahat Seva Vipra Punya Tirtha Nishevanat. It is the second chapter of first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is said there that by serving great souls, the taste for Srimad Bhagavatam, for Vasudeva Katha Ruchich, for Vasudeva Katha, for Krishna Katha, this taste is manifested just by serving great souls. What to do if we don't have great souls on our Namahata or our Bhakti Vriksha, if we are just simple people new to Krishna consciousness? What to do, to whom we should serve? There is one big secret for our small company, for our small group, sitting here in Google Meetings. Big secret for small group. Don't tell to anyone. We can dedicate our efforts wherever we are, any continent, or any time, any age. We are not bounded by geography. We are not bounded by time. We can dedicate this to Srila Prabhupada, and we can dedicate this to spiritual master in our mind and in our heart. It is internal process. And if we, during our doing our service, if we surrender ourselves to spiritual master and to Srila Prabhupada, it is accepted as our service for spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada. Someone can say, how it can be accepted as our personal service to them if we are not nearby them? Like, for example, his personal servants, Dashavatar Prabhu, Ajay Gauranga Prabhu, we are not in their company, we are not nearby. What to do? There is super soul. Super soul knows everything. Paramatma knows everything. Paramatma knows to whom we dedicate our efforts. If we dedicate our efforts to spiritual master, Paramatma knows, and spiritual master is representative of this Paramatma and representative of Krishna and representative of Lord Balaram, Lord Nityanand. He knows, Krishna knows. It is quite important for a devotee to know that Krishna knows everything. Because, first of all, if I know that Krishna knows everything, then likely I will be trying to behave nicely, because he is witnessing everything. It is one thing. And another thing, that sometimes devotees, they can be not so much inspired, not so much happy, that their efforts are not so much accepted in Vaishnava society. I did this service, I did that service, but no one appreciated. No one told me thank you. No one gave me garland. What to do? Now I'm not so enthusiastic to serve, someone can say. So in such situations, we can inspire ourselves by understanding that devotees, they not so much knowledgeable about our efforts. But Krishna knows everything, and it is the most important. So, in some cases, devotees, they are trying to do some service in hidden way. In hidden way, it means that I'm doing something for someone, something nice, I'm helping someone, and I'm doing this not for my self-advertisement. I'm doing this just to satisfy Krishna and spiritual master. And it means that there is no need to inform everyone that I did. Some service can be done in hidden way. Like, for example, we decided to donate some amount of money for construction of ISKCON temple. And we did it. We transferred money through bank, from our bank account. And then we're not going to tell everyone here and there and saying and asking everyone, do you know how much I donated? Would you like to know how much? Service is not for self-advertisement. Service is for satisfying Krishna, Srila Prabhupada and spiritual master. Sometimes we're glorified, sometimes we're not. We should not be so much dependent on this glorification. At least because devotees are not so much knowledgeable about our efforts. They are not watching after our activities every minute and every day. We are not in position of spiritual master, for example, or position of sannyasi. Like Guru Maharaj, for example, he was traveling here and there, giving classes, preaching, and so on. And in our social networks, we had a lot of these videos and information. That was what was done today, what was done yesterday. But we are not in such position to be observed each and every moment of our life, because our life is prestigious, of course, in the sense that everyone's life is prestigious in Krishna's eyes. But it is not so much prestigious for for ISKCON society, like life and biography of His Holiness Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj, or of His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Someone is playing big role in society. Someone is playing small role in society. It is like in theater, in drama. There are big roles, and there are small roles, and each and every role is important. Otherwise, drama will not be happening, right? There is big role, there is small role, and the humility of Vaishnava is such that he accepts any role that is given to him by Krishna. And in both cases, he accepts this role with humility. And we can see from spiritual master experience that, well, it is quite easy to be humble when your role is small. But when your role is big, when everyone is glorifying you, when you have to listen so many glorifications on Vyasa Puja day, And you can see he is always humble. His humility is always there. So it is Vaishnava consciousness, it is Krishna consciousness. We should not be dependent on our roles. Role can be big, role can be small. But if our role increases, the art of Krishna consciousness is such that it should be going in such way that if role is increasing, false ego should not be increasing with this role. It should not be increasing. Moreover, it should be decreasing. It should be becoming less and less, because the more qualified, the more advanced devotee becomes, the more he is able to see different shortcomings in himself. Shortcomings that other devotees who are around, maybe they will not be accepting these shortcomings as shortcomings. But the more advanced devotee becomes, the more disqualification he is able to see in himself. It is paradox, but it works like this. So here in this, in the answer on this question, what to do? You come here only once a year. To whom we should serve? To whom we should serve? Maharaja comes and Maharajas starts. Great Rajas. People becomes Rajasic. They are running here and there, and they are doing different types of service. But as soon as spiritual master goes to another place, this Maharajas, this great Rajas, great passion, goes down and people becomes peaceful again. Of course, the presence of spiritual master is quite inspiring, but we should be inspired also in our ordinary days. And in the answer, spiritual master, he is saying, I'm not the only devotee in ISKCON. There are thousands of other devotees. Krishna says, if someone says he is my devotee, he is actually not my devotee. However, if one is devotee of my devotee, he is, in reality, he is my devotee. This is in the context of advanced devotees. However, our normal attitude should be humble and obedient. This means that we should be ready to respect everyone, to be ready to follow instructions, to be ready instructed. There may be different classes of devotees, but anyway, you must be able to identify advanced devotees. What is the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam? There are the words of Krishna. Similarly, our spiritual master is present in two forms, Vani and Vapu. Vani and Vapu. The Vapu means physical presence. The Vapu is temporary. This is temporary for everyone. However, Vani is permanent. Prabhupada hardly met 6 or 7 times with his spiritual master. It means Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. He met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati maybe 6 or 7 times, not more, during his entire life. However, he took his words seriously and meditated on them always. In the case of devotees, Vapu is not the greatest, but the Vani is. Vani is the most important. And now in our situation of our spiritual master's physical absence, it becomes more relevant, more actual, that anyway we have this Vani and we have these books. Again, I will show you this book. We have this book and we have many other books. And what we can do, we can just follow these instructions under spiritual guidance of his senior disciples or under guidance of other ISKCON devotees. And it is important to take these instructions seriously. This mercy of spiritual master flows through these instructions. If we follow then spiritual master is satisfied. If spiritual master is satisfied, then Krishna is satisfied. If Krishna is satisfied, then he will be revealing himself to us more and more. And scholarship and big knowledge will not help. It is good to have big knowledge and to have scholarship. But the main question is, does Krishna wants to reveal himself or not? And it depends on is spiritual master satisfied or not. And we can satisfy him in his physical presence, in his physical absence, just by following his instructions, because it depends on instructions. Now more responsibility we have got for our spiritual life, because before spiritual master could look at us strictly and tell us, take this seriously, take Krishna consciousness seriously. Now there is no physical absence, there is no such influence, and now more responsibility are on our shoulders. We have to, we ourselves should take this instruction seriously by taking inspiration from ISKCON devotees and from his senior disciples as well. Not only his senior disciples, any senior devotee, any qualified devotee who is able to help us in our spiritual life to be Utsaha Nishchaya Daryat, it is always helpful. So it is natural tendency when one becomes weak in spiritual life, when one loses spiritual power, natural tendency is to search for association of devotees of the same category, of devotees who have the same troubles, devotees who are also weak. Because if weak people, they are all together, they can explain to each other why we are weak and why it is natural to be weak, why it is natural not to follow everything. And in such a way, new philosophy of life is created. But Guru Maharaj, he is saying that if we have some troubles in spiritual life, we should try to get association of those who are powerful in spiritual life, in such way that we could get some inspiration, get some power to go on in our spiritual life and to follow these instructions. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And now if you have some questions, please ask your questions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Bol, thank you for inviting me. Hare Krishna.
तो आप में से कोई प्रश्न है, कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप जनरेट कर सकते हैं, हमारे से पूछ सकते हैं.
Okay.
Yes, Nidhisha Mataji, आप पूछ सकते हैं Mataji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhuji, my question is regarding, the time when Guru Maharaj left this material world, right? That time, and we were getting this kind of feeling. We were into this feeling that, maybe we were not that much, and we all were aspiring from Guru Maharaj, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, at that time, this kind of feeling was coming that maybe we were not immaculate that much. That's why we were not deserving one. That's why we didn't get the, association of Guru Maharaj. We didn't get the Diksha from initiation from Guru Maharaj. So this kind of feeling was coming that we were not pure. We were not, the deserving one. We were not pious. So this kind of feeling was coming. But later on, from the head of the authority, this message came that please don't think that, that you were not deserving it. So this message we received, but this kind of the sense of feeling we were getting that, that why we didn't get the association of Guru Maharaj, this I kept on thinking. So this was my question, Prabhuji, that what is the reason behind this? I mean, why we get into this? I know that Guru Maharaj was very, he's very merciful, But still, this question comes again and again. So this is what I want to know, Prabhuji.
Well, first of all, this safe blaming will not help. Better not to blame yourself. It happened like it happened. If you are speaking about piety, it is also not the question of piety, because we can see that our spiritual masters in ISKCON, they accept disciples from different countries and of different levels of this piety. Different people from so-called Mlechcha Desh, Yavana Desh, and so on and so on. It is not the question of our piety, it is the question of what? Of spiritual master's mercy. Moreover, if we want to have our relationships with spiritual master to be healthy, we should not be thinking that we have got spiritual master mercy because of our piety or because of our other credits. It is just his mercy, it is just his choice, and it is Krishna's arrangement. I don't know why it happened like it happened. Anyway, as you can see, time comes, and there is particular date when Srila Prabhupada left his body, and there is particular date when spiritual master he is leaving his body. But if we will accept the instruction from this book, I read just a few minutes back, I've read from this book his own statement, his own instruction that I'm not only devotee in ISKCON. There are 1,000 devotees of ISKCON in ISKCON. So you can accept it as his instruction, because as far as I understood, you accepted Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj in your heart as your spiritual master. So now you can act from the perspective of this instruction, that there are other devotees, and if you want to be initiated, then from this instruction of Gopala Krishna Goswami, it follows that it is natural to accept initiation from someone else, because he is saying here in this book that there are many other qualified devotees in ISKCON. Just accept it as his instruction. And there is Diksha Guru and there is Shiksha Guru. You can accept Shiksha from any qualified spiritual master to whom you believe, whom you accept, and please take ISKCON disciple course as well to understand some basic principles of these relationships between guru and disciple, and just accept. I'm not saying that just accept anyone. There should be particular faith in personality of spiritual master. So, but again, if he is saying, if Gopala Krishna Maharaja is saying that there are other qualified devotees in ISKCON, it is his statement. And if you are accepting him as spiritual master in your heart, then please accept this instruction. And please, in order to follow in this instruction, just try to see these qualities, good qualities and qualifications, spiritual qualification in other ISKCON spiritual masters. And naturally, I think that you will accept someone, and this natural and healthy relationships with spiritual master will be developing. And at the same time, we have these books. We have these books, these classes, and no one can prohibit us to listen to these classes and to read these books and to take inspiration from these books and from these classes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. Do we have some more questions?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Guruji,
Krishna.
as answer was given for the question that there are many other devotees in ISKCON, devotees in ISKCON. And then instructions are also given by the Guru Maharaj and our counselor and mentor that we should serve. So, being a
I'm terribly
Krsna,
sorry.
we are.
You speak directly to the mic. I cannot understand what you are saying.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And you please tell your children to be quiet if it is possible. Or it is not your children? Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So please,
It
your
is fine.
question.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, being a Grasta, we are more involved in our family activity, means doing day-to-day activity and other works. So it is means it is will be treated as a service or means devotional service or not. My question is that.
Your question is about service, but it is the only thing that I understood. Okay.
Guruji, my question is that being a Grasta, we are
Yes.
more involved in our family activities,
Yeah. Yes.
bringing up our children and doing other activities and all. During morning hour, we do Mangala Aarti, then Nam Jap, then Bhagavatam class, this class, and sometime in evening. But all other time we are involved in our family activities. So these activities are considered as devotional service or not?
Consider it, of course. Of course, if you are trying to grow your children in Krishna consciousness, to give them Krishna consciousness, then it is, of course, it is service to Krishna. We have this famous letter written by Srila Prabhupada to one Mataji, and this Mataji was Pujari, and Srila Prabhupada has got a letter from her that now she has got a child, and now this child became an impediment for her Pujari service. Likely you have heard about this letter. And Srila Prabhupada, he wrote the answer that now the most important service is to take care of your child and to give Krishna consciousness to your child. And if you are so busy with your Pujari work, then you just take care of your child for first 3 years. And then you can give this child to me and I will take care of your child. It is good. It is good that you are taking care of your children and doing all these household activities. It should be done in Krishna consciousness way. It means that it goes quite simple, ordinary household life plus spiritual practices. Mangala Arati, Gaura Arati, books, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and all these things. It is not sinful to do these household activities. It is sinful when householder is trying to neglect his household activities. If he is trying to neglect, then the question raises, why you became a grihastha? Why do you need this? Maybe you should remain as a as a brahmachari or bachelor at least. Because if someone is taking responsibility, first of all, he should think, will I be able to take this responsibility or not? So yes, it is responsibility. But if spiritual standards are also here, if it goes all together, then it is absolutely normal. And of course, it is good if we take some advices from experienced grihasthas who will be giving instructions how to balance all this, how to make it better. Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you, Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama. Do we have some more questions?
I think, Prabhuji, there is no more question.
Okay,
So,
good.
so let's thanks, Prabhuji, by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra for giving us such a wonderful lecture. And Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare.
Ram.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. Thank you for your attention. Ah? Hare Hare.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna,
pranam.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Have a nice day. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Hare
हरे कृष्णा। तो आप लोगों से एक जैसे कि हमारा गुरु महाराज